Nebraska wrapped up their final practice of the spring on Thursday before Saturday's red-white game. Hi, Sean Callahan with HuskerOnline.com. We caught up with head coach Matt Rule as he gave us the latest, number one, on just how he plans to format the red-white game.
We are playing a traditional game, a couple modifications. You'll see some different things on special teams. A couple different, ways that we'll do some things, which, I won't get into now. I'll talk to you about it after the game because I want to surprise everybody. Maybe you like it, maybe you won't. Quarterbacks will be live. We're just going to play a game. I think, we're trying to learn how to win, and there's an ebb and flow to a football game that I think is really important as you react to the situation, so we're going to play it out. We're going to put 15-minute quarters on the clock. We will use like NFL timing, first downs, the clock won't stop. Just to, we're thin in some spots. The offensive line will wear gray jerseys so that they can rotate, so that they can play on both teams depending on who's available. And if a guy goes down, hey, so-and-so can go over and play right tackle. We're not changing them. So that could look a little bit weird, but it is what it is. That's how we'll do it. And anything else about the game, Keith? So that's just kind of a little update in terms of how we'll schedule it. So.
There's also been a lot of talk about just physicality throughout the spring, and Rule said that's just what we want to do.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think we've been super physical. I think we've just been what we are. Somewhere along the way, like playing football became bad. I don't know. Like I watch teams practice. Everyone's got to do with them. Like when I say like this is what we do, I think some people think I'm saying that's bad. Like playing football's fun, right? So I need to figure out which quarterback or how many of the quarterbacks can go move us in the fall, and the defense needs to figure out if they can tackle a mobile quarterback. So, our guys are pretty good. Like Cam Lenhart came free the other day in a deal, and he got to the quarterback and stopped. In the last scrimmage, Quentin Newsome came on a corner blitz and knew he had him, and Quentin just kind of like stopped. I looked at him like, "Thank you, buddy." So we're going to tackle him, but we're not going to hopefully hurt anybody. And we have big physical guys, but I don't think we've been super physical. If you came to a Temple practice, you'd see exactly what you're seeing right now. If you came to a Baylor practice, I think this is exactly what you see right now. The only difference maybe is that we just have more players, so we always have 2 or 3 drills going, which is what Coach Osborne did for many years, and then Coach Solich did, and makes a lot of sense. So we've made that adaptation, but that's really it.
Another player that Rule praised was safety Isaac Gifford.
Giff's been playing at the safety positions. I texted him the other day, and I said, "Are you in the building?" He's like, "I'm in class." I was like, "I should have probably stopped texting him," but I texted him. I was like, "Hey." He had an unbelievable play. He ran the alley. We teach running the ball a little differently. We teach them different angles than maybe some guys are used to or they've been taught before. And he did it like a clinic tape. And so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for older guys who've had success to continue to buy into something new. I'll say that one more time. It's really hard. If you haven't had success and we come in and we're doing new things, it's really easy to buy into that. Like, hey, maybe this will work for me. But older players who have had success, it can be harder to buy in because, what I'm doing is working for me, so why would I change it? And seeing Giff do that was awesome. Like, he's bought into this, and it's a teach tape. So he's a good, tough, physical player, can make plays on the ball, smart. But I love the fact that he's buying into, not the overall program, but just these specifics of how we want to play safety.
Gifford added he's 100% bought into this staff.
Yeah, it really is. It is difficult. Because you do one thing for 3-4 years and then you have to change stop on the dime, right? So it's been hard, but I love Coach Rule's philosophy and I'm all in for it. And if you can't get all in, you're just never going to make it. So, yeah.
Another defender that we caught up with here on Thursday was safety DeShon Singleton, who continues to battle for playing time.
I'm physical. I'm a big DB. Larger DB that can cover. I can tackle. I'm just physical, and I can just really be all around. So, as a DB, I played corner, safety, nickel. So that's my strengths. He's
playing the safeties. To me, when you have 2 or 3 safeties on the field, I think that you should be able to play them all. DeShon's made a great pick in the red zone last practice. So he showed some ball skills. I think he's a player with a lot of potential. He's got a really good future ahead of him. And I love his physicality. So, he's working to master all the fundamentals that we're asking him to do, but he's got a lot of upside, and he'll have a good future with us.
And then we also heard from offensive lineman Bryce Benhart, who's had a strong spring, and he said it feels good to know that the head coach has his back.
It's always exciting to see a new offense and learn a new offense, especially with the explosive offensive play caller. He loves the line, so it's always a great thing to hear too.
And then finally, what will Saturday mean for Matt Rule? It will be his first time coming out in front of Husker fans at Memorial Stadium. It should be a pretty special scene.
So I'm going to show how I say this comes across right. I'm very, very cognizant of the guys. Like, I can't stand that, like we have a spring poster, my face is on it. Like, everything I do is about the players. So I'm excited for the fans to see our players and how hard our guys have worked. Because, as I said once before, it is so hard to buy in to a new coach. I'll just say this for me, for my kids are coming into town, my wife's going to be in town. I just have such a spirit of gratitude because what I went through the last couple of years was really hard, right? And I'm grateful to have gone through it. I would not be the person and the coach I am if I hadn't gone through what I went through in Carolina and for Nebraska and for Trev, but also just like all the people that I meet. I'm just very, very grateful to be in this position and to be here. So I only hope that my work honors the people that come. And I only hope that the players, but after that, I'll just say this. I don't want a bunch of players looking around taking the moment in too long. We got to get good at football. And what I know is the fans are going to show up next year no matter what, and that scares me. Like, that drives me because I'm like, I want to do my part. They're going to do their part. The fans have been doing their part here for a long time. So I started off the spring by saying thank you for that, but I want to do my part, and I want our team to do our part. Like, I want to make people excited about the way that we play. So that's why I'm not going to go out there on Saturday and run 3 plays, 3 offenses and 2 defense. I did that at Temple, I did it at Baylor, but I think in the position we're in right now, I want to go out there and I want to stress our guys too. I want our guys, like, one play call comes in, then another play, can they execute it? And so it's really long, but I just want to make sure I express my gratitude to Nebraska fans, the students, people. Like, people could not have been any more welcoming to my family and I. I'm grateful to these players. I'm grateful to the leadership here, and so I hope Saturday is a great, great day for everybody. And I remember my first game at Temple. We went to Notre Dame, and I remember someone telling me, like, hey, look up there and look at Touchdown Jesus and really take the moment in. I looked up, and you can't see Touchdown Jesus anymore because they built an addition, and I was like, wow, this is really special. And then we got our face kicked in. And so I was like, all right, Matt, just get to work. So I'm hoping our guys get to work, but I do want to make sure I thank the fans for coming on Saturday. And I'll be honest with you, the biggest thing I'm looking forward to, and I'm talking way too long, so I'll shut up here. The biggest thing I'm looking forward to is seeing Coach Solich honored. I'm really excited about that because to think that I'm a head coach at the same place as Tom Osborne and Frank Solich and Bob Devaney and all the people who've come since, that's a real honor to be a part of that. So I'm excited to see Coach, and hopefully he likes the football that we play.
And in other news, the Huskers did get a commitment in the class of 2025 from Millard North safety Caden Vermas. He's the first commitment from Millard North since 2008 with the Huskers in Lincoln. I'm Sean Callahan for HuskerOnline.com.